When a city is built on water, history floats in every ripple and stories hide in every stone. Where bicycles outnumber cars and glass windows reveal more than just the inside of a home. Food travel and DIY takes you to Amsterdam. What's up, beautiful viewers? Let's head out for an unforgettable journey through one of Europe's most iconic cities, Amsterdam. We begin our adventure by taking an NS train from Rotterdam to Amsterdam. The journey is nothing short of magical. We glide past lush green fields, windmills, and classic Dutch farms that look like they're straight out of a painting. Do you know that the Netherlands has more than 1,000 historic windmills still standing, many of which are used to manage water levels in this low-lying country? We arrive at Amsterdam Central Station, a grand neo-Renaissance building that's not just a station, but a gateway to history. Stepping outside, the energy is unmistakable. Amsterdam is buzzing. With around 40,000 tourists pouring in daily, it's one of the most visited cities in Europe. We head to the iconic Dam Square, the city's beating heart. Here stands the Royal Palace, originally built in the 17th century as a town hall. Today, it serves as a ceremonial palace used by the Dutch royal family for official events. In front lies the National Monument, a solemn white pillar honoring Dutch victims of World War II and other conflicts. The Royal Palace was once called the eighth wonder of the world because of how much marble was used during its construction. We stumble into the narrow alleyways, each one hiding surprises on the other side. Some open into lively squares, others into quiet cobble streets lined with houses that look like tall houses. These narrow buildings have a story. They were constructed this way because, in the past, property taxes were based on the width, not the height or depth. So Amsterdammers went tall and deep. Look up and you will spot hooks at the top of the buildings. These were used with pulleys to haul up furniture as staircases were too steep and narrow. Everywhere we look, it's bicycles, bicycles, and more bicycles. In fact, there are more bikes than people in Amsterdam. Do you know that Amsterdam has over 800,000 bikes and around 12,000 bikes are pulled out of the canals every year? Speaking of canals, they lace through the city like veins. There are more than 1,500 bridges across these waters. The views are stunning, but let's be honest, the water looks freezing and murky. Falling in? No, thank you. You might notice that most windows in Amsterdam's homes are wide and clear. You can literally see inside people's living rooms. This isn't by accident. It reflects the Dutch tradition of openness and honesty, silently saying, we have nothing to hide. We pass by the beautiful Westerkerk, or the West Church, a 17th century Protestant church. Unlike Catholic churches, Protestant ones are simpler in design. But inside, the grand pipe organ is breathtaking. Right nearby is a deeply emotional place, the Anne Frank Monument. This is the area where Anne Frank, the young Jewish girl whose diary shook the world, once lived and hid during the Nazi occupation. Her house is now the Anne Frank Museum, where her heartbreaking story continues to inspire millions. Anne Frank's diary has been translated into over 70 languages and is one of the world's most read books. If this journey through history moves you and you believe that travel is about feeling, not just seeing, take a moment and hit that subscribe button. Let's explore these human stories together. We move on to Melkweg, or the Milky Way, a former dairy factory turned iconic music venue. With multiple stages, a cinema, an art gallery, and a restaurant, it's where the music and culture collide. Nearby is Leidseplein, one of Amsterdam's liveliest squares. Street performers, music, nightlife, it's a party every night. A little further, we visit the Rembrandt Experience, a 5D show that brings to life the journey of Rembrandt van Rijn, one of Amsterdam's most celebrated painters. We then reach the majestic Rijksmuseum, home to masterpieces by Dutch legends like Rembrandt, Vermeer, and Van Gogh. A unique feature, there's a road that runs straight through the museum's arches. The Rijksmuseum has over 1 million artworks in its collection, but only around 8,000 are on display at any one time. We now unwind a bit at Vondelpark, a peaceful urban escape from the 19th century with ponds, trails, and even an open-air theatre. We're not done yet. It's time for Amsterdam's most talked about street, the red light district. Filming here is restricted out of respect, but don't be misled. This street is very safe even for solo female travelers. The women have regular health checks, insurance, and even pensions. We now visit the Oude Kerk, or the Old Church, Amsterdam's oldest surviving building, dating back to 1213 AD. Imagine the centuries of stories these stones have heard. We stroll past more canals and historic buildings. As we near the end, we see the elegant Victoria Hotel standing proudly opposite the Amsterdam Central Station. We board our train back to Rotterdam, hearts full, legs tired, cameras full, and minds spinning with history, architecture, and emotion. But just before we go, if this video made you feel like you were walking beside me, through time, through stories, please subscribe and join me on more journeys. Because the world is full of stories, let's go find them together.